Hi, and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3. Today we have Origin versus Mercy with Onryo, Artist, and Freddy as our three games. Our first set is Onryo, picked by Mercy, and we have Bolatar / Ward playing Onryo for Mercy. We're getting some teleports here at the start. Getting, I think, a stack on Claude and Renato and 2 stacks on Tori. So every time Onryo teleports, if you're within I think 14 meters of a TV, you'll get a condemn stack. And that's 7 condemn stacks. You could be worried when you're downed. Very dangerous. Also gives killer instinct and stuff. So I think the goal here Ward is going to try and do is just build some stacks, pressure the survivors to have to do the tapes to clear the stacks. And we have also a very interesting build. Lots of side objectives for the survivors to do here. We have Blood Favor, we have Ruin, and then to punish cleansing those two very strong hexes is Haunted Ground, which makes everyone exposed, while Ruin forces Gen Regression, and Blood Favor makes pallets unable to be dropped after you injure someone. And also we have Corrupt Intervention here, just to, stall at the start of the game, buy some time to set up those condemns, and prevents, the survivors from immediately going to a gen. Very good perks. I really like the build. We could see here, Aces and Chase injured, has a tape, but no condemn stacks, while Claude has a tape with, I think, 1 or 2 condemn stacks. So turning in the tape would clear 3, so we'll see what happens here. We get a really good teleport here. A cleanse happens and it's Haunted Ground. Everyone's exposed for 1 minute. Will we get a capitalization here on this expose? It's teleporting around. We did get a pallet by, I believe, 1 earlier at the side of 1. So Haddonfield, in this iteration of Haddonfield, the pallets are quite, they go quite fast. And once, you spend all the pallets in areas, they turn into dead zones, and it's very easy to get those in this map, I feel. Getting some more teleports, trying to force some stacks here. Like, if we could get a very early condemn kill, that's pretty much the equivalent of tunneling someone out. It would be very good here for Ward. But yeah, very good players. Ward here is played on the DBD World Cup for Team Saudi Arabia, so they're a very, very solid player. We'll get it down here with the expose from Haunted Ground. However, Blood Favor was cleansed. Okay, we have just Ruin now left. And we'll get the hook here. Alright, Tori on hook 1. Locking in 3 condemn stacks and you get hooked, so only 4 more condemn stacks for Tori to be in threat of being worried. But it only locks in condemn stacks you already have. So if you get hooked, that's 0 condemn stacks, and won't lock anything in. Alright, Ace here is in a bad spot. He's gonna go down, die in the comp corner here. He has a tape, though the tape will be destroyed when he's hooked, and whatever condemn stacks up to 3 he has will be locked in if he gets hooked. But he's not. Instead, we go back here to where Tori was. Tori and Claude getting a stack. Honestly, I really like the position Ward is in here. Like, we have a survivor slugged. We have a survivor potentially to be tunneled out. We have multiple stacks on multiple survivors, and only 2 of them have tapes. And we still have 5 gens going. Like, the only downside here, I think, is that we have only 1 perk left, which is Ruin. Alright, so very good demanifestation play there. So when Onryo's demanifested, not only do you not have a tear radius, you also don't have collision with survivors, so they were able to walk straight through Claude there to get the down on Tori. However, we elect not to hook Tori right away. Instead, we're going to go build some condemn stacks. We're going to scare Claude away here. I think that was a sprint burst. Claude gets hit. Now injured. Oh, survivors are in a rough spot here. There's a lot of momentum going here for Ward. If we could get the Claude down here, I think they're in such an excellent spot with 2 survivors on the floor. Stack on Claude. Oh, a very good stun by Claude, and I think she makes it to the win. Oh, there's no window. Oh, there's the window. Yeah, sorry. She doesn't make it to the window, though. A bit too far there. We're electing to slug again. The goal here, I think, is to just build those 7 condemn stacks and Mori's people out, rather than, go for the hook tunnel outs. Just building as much pressure. The other alternate win condition is 4 slugs, but against a coordinated team, it's a bit harder to do. But right now, they're doing a really good job building pressure, keeping the survivors doing things that aren't generators. Forcing Tori here. Tori grabs the tape. She's going to have to go to the, I think, furthest TV to clear that tape. And during that time, if she wants to go clear the tape right away and get rid of 3 stacks, then she needs to just run there and not do gens. And if she gets into a chase, it's rough. because that will delay you even further. If you get injured, you might have to go for a reset and all that. And playing injured against Onryo is very scary because like as she comes out of the TV, she has like massive haste. Like we have bloody fingernails here, which just means like you just zoom 50% more speed. More the haste bonus is 50% stronger when you come out of TVs. Oh, very unfortunate M1 there. I think they meant the lunge, but ended up short swinging. Oh, doesn't quite connect on that second one on Tori there. Very good stuff from Tori. Dodging those hits. However, we'll demanifest and walk straight through Tori here. Very good down. Amazing. Like, Warren knows their Onryo demanifestation play. Alright, 4 gens remaining. Ruin still in play. Will we get a tag on Tori here? We do. Will we? So we'll destroy this pallet. Which is one of the stronger pallets in mid, I feel. Like, one of the few pallets in mid, actually. Will we see a pick here? So we're just trying to... We do see a pick on Renato here. We get a teleport. A 4-person condemn stack. Oh my. It's very good here. We'll also get Tori here with bloody fingernails. There's no way Tori makes anywhere. She goes down, I think, by 7. And looks like we'll be hooking Tori. Yeah, she's been hooked once already, so she'll be going in second. And it'll lock in another 3 condemn stacks. Well, up to 3. 1, 2, or 3, depending on how much extra she has. If she got locked 3 stacks at the start and 3 stacks now, that's 1 stack away from 7, which at 7 you just die if you get down. But I mean, she's death hook. She could probably just ignore the minigame now, because if she goes down, she dies no matter what. Ooh, we catch a reset here. Very good stuff. We elect to go for the Renato here instead of the Claude. Get the tag. And will we get a teleport here? We're gonna build a stack. So they go to the further TV first. And they do get the unhook. Tori might be in a dangerous position here. They teleport once again. Scratch marks right in front of a TV. Will we get the hit? We do it! Bloody fingernails, making it so that Renato has so little time to drop that pallet. W bloody fingernails value there. Will Tori... This is a really bad spot for Tori, I feel. Alright, we're manifesting. I think Tori dies here. Alright, we're gonna down Tori. Will we go for the hook to kill her? I believe so. Tori dying, our first sacrifice at 3 gens. I mean, 3 gens? 3 gens tunnel out. Like, that's pretty... I mean, it's doable for the survivors, but... We'll see how it goes. Like, 1 slugged and 1 tunneled out, 1 injured is not... It's not a favorable position. Like, it could snowball very easily. Like, if Claude gets caught here and down, the game could just end if Ace gets spotted after. We're checking main here. Seeing if anyone's doing the gen. It looks like the gen has some progress, but I don't think anyone has been doing it. Like, there's no sounds of repair. Alright, they pick up the slug. So, I think Ward here knows where they are. Looking around mid, there's no TVs up. We currently have a spectator bug where arrows still appear over the TVs, even if they're not active. But however, we could see that the TV isn't available because there's no white aura for it. Get a teleport here. Just gonna get info. So we could see, based off that, 2 survivors, Ace and Renato, are within, like, I think 12 to 14 meters of a TV. Well, Claude is not. Based off map knowledge and like where you can see your TVs, you could infer different things from that. Like you could try see where survivors are. We catch Renato as Ace, sorry. We catch Renato Ace here at 7. The pallet is still down at 7. This is a very dangerous pallet. Ooh. A little wiggle with the red stain there. Ace deciding to vault over, take the hit, using that on-hit movement to get to run towards main. It's good that Ace took that hit from the outside there rather than the inside of that pallet. Otherwise, if they take it from the inside, the on-hit movement speed, I don't think will get them anywhere. Very good stuff here, Ace, utilizing that health state as a resource. However, we still have 3 gens left. If Ace goes down here, Ace goes down, doesn't quite make it to the pallet. Are we gonna go for a pick? We are going for a pick. Claude still has a tape in hand. And on the hook, Ace going on their first hook, so now we have 4 hooks and 1 fresh. But with 3 gens still remaining. Survivors, I believe, have about, I feel, maybe around 3 to 5 condemned stacks. Maybe a bit less on some of them, like Renato has, I think, been doing tapes. Claude still has a tape in hand, so she could clear up the 3 stacks if she gets to her TV. Checking our gens. Listening over here. Gen at 5, no. Still regressing. We get the unhook. Are we gonna teleport back? The TV next to the unhook is next to the hook is currently off. We do have a TV main we can teleport to. We do teleport main. Do we get stacks on people? We get a stack on Claudette. And then Renato and Ace. Not gonna stack. However, Renato and Ace do get a stack here. Or was it just Ace? 3 survivors getting a stack. Another multiple stack. Will we catch the survivors here? If they get the 7 stacks, they'll get Killer Instinct where they are. Means you could go for that kill. And it's if you don't already have a TV in hand and you get into chase at 7 stacks, it's very hard to not die. Sorry, not TV, a tape in hand. Our TV in main goes back up. Looking for survivors now. The survivors are doing decent at stealth. However, we do spot someone out here. We could see Renato picks a tape up. So if we see the TV turn off without the teleport, that means the survivor took a tape from that TV. Ooh. Ace drops a pallet. However, when Sadako is demanifested, she can't be stunned by both pallets and head-ons. Ooh. A good hit here on Ace, using that movement, on-hit movement speed to go through 7. They're going to go to main, but will they make anything is the question. Haddonfield not having a lot of pallets. Like, main turns into a dead zone pretty fast. Like, the pallet here has been spent already. We have a survivor coming in for a body block. However, we're currently demanifested, so we could just walk straight through Renato. I think they, what do you call that? Ace telegraphed the window vault there, but didn't. So they did get some distance, and they were able to make this pallet. We're gonna manifest here, and I think we get the hit here, and Ace goes down. Very good stuff. Renato take a tag here. No, we're picking Ace right away. And Ace is hooked, I think by 2. And that'll be Ace on their second hook, and we now have 5 hook stages on the board. Ooh, we spot a generator here at 5 being worked on. I think Claude was working on that. Claude getting another stack here. Very good stun by Claude there. So that's 3 stacks on all 3 survivors, 1 stack each. Another teleport trying to turbo out the condemn. Claude is now 7 stacks. Claude is in danger here. Like, if she goes down, she dies. That's 3 hook stages immediately. We get a tag. Will we commit to Claude is the question. We know that Gen at 5 is, like, very progressed. However, Ruin was sticking in as they were resetting Ace and Renato. I think Claude is in trouble here. There's not much resources available. They're constantly checking the TV at 5 to see if it turns off. Claude teabags crouches once. A bit of a cheeky... It wasn't really a teabag, but unfortunately, Claude is now getting condemned. They do finish the Gen at 5 as a trade, and we are now at 8 hook stages with 3 fresh hooks done. Ace on death hook, Renato on still fresh. In a 1v2 against Onryo, it's pretty rough. We spot Ace here with Killer Instinct going on to 7 stacks. Though they're on death hook, so it doesn't really matter if they play for TV or not, because like if they go down, they're probably going to die anyway. A thing is though, when you condemn someone, like, or Mori someone, as soon as that Mori ends, right, the hatch opens. You don't have that buffer time after hooking a survivor and then to position yourself to look for the hatch. In this case, there's no shack, so there's no like guaranteed hatch spawn, I believe. Ooh, the ruins finally cleansed, but at this point, I'm not sure if it matters too much. We tag Ace here. Will we down them? Ace running to the top of, running to 12. They'll drop the pallet here at the top. Gonna manifest. And I think Ace goes down here. I don't think they make it. Yeah. Very good stuff. Will we see a condemn? gonna break the pallet. This is a pretty strong pallet. We're gonna opt the slug here and look for Renato. Not the as we don't want to concede those 3 hooks. Very good play by Ward here. Very good decision making not to go for that Mori. Because if Renato gets hatch here, they lose 3 hook stages. Checking blockers. They have a feeling where Renato is, I think. They think that they're somewhere here. We're gonna teleport to a TV. Renato does not get a stack of Condemn. No? So we have a bunch of TVs. So the TVs are usually next to generators. And when the TV is active, if you teleport and the survivor is doing a generator, and yeah, they'll get a stack. So I think we could use, I think Ward's using that and like kind of proxying the slug while using the teleports to see if Renato gets tagged by one. You could also tell Renato's by TV if they suddenly get like the static in the background where they pull out the tape. Yeah, Ace just got picked. So it's Renato. We kind of know where they are. They were around 12 probably. We spot. Is that Ace? I think it is Ace. Yeah, we spot Ace again. Will we get the down here? We're currently the manifest. We're gonna have to manifest. Yep, and I think we do get the down here. Ace is just not able to make it anywhere. Will we get? We do get the Mori. So I guess it's now a hatch game. Oh, did we just hear the hatch? We just heard the hatch. Oh my. And no, that's pretty rough. We have a gate here, and oh, the gates are quite far away from each other, but I think it's still manageable. Using the TV to try and like see if where Renato is. So Renato didn't get a stack from that. Didn't get a stack from that. Whenever that main TV, I think main TV's in range of gate, I'm not sure. But the main TV is currently off, so they won't be getting stacks if they were on the gate by 10. I think we could see both gates from here, actually. Oh, this is pretty rough for Renato. If Renato manages to somehow get out here, it'll be very good for them. Renato gets spotted here, and we will be having our final chase of the trial. Very good stuff here. So we're likely to see, I believe this is 4K2. A very good result for Onryo. Having 2 condemns. Very good. And yeah, the trial will be ending soon, whether by Entity killing Renato or Onryo downing him and sacrificing. A tag here in main, very good. Renato will use that movement speed to vault here. I think they wrap around to the back of main. Yeah, at this point, oh, we have a firecracker used. At this point, it's just, you know, we're just looping for fun. I don't think there's any way Renato escapes here. Even if he goes to a gate now, there's just no time. So, yeah. Very good stuff. 4K4, 4K2, sorry. 4K2 for Mercy. I'm very excited to see how Origin Sadako does. Will we get... I wonder how many... It's always interesting to see how many condemns we get. GG's. And that's the Mori from Ward here. Bullet/Bulletar. Very good plays from them. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Hello, welcome back to Blood Rush League Main Bracket Round 3, our first set of Origin versus Mercy, and this will be Game 2 of Sadako. We have Origins playing Killer this time with Outer playing for Origin, a very strong player here. We also have Bandit. I believe they played, they were in the World Cup for Team UK. And obviously we have Ward here, / our previous Sadako, who was also in the World Cup for Team Saudi Arabia. Very good players in this game, so I'm very excited to see how it goes. We have a win condition of 4K3 with a Tycon of 4K2. It looks like our build here is pretty similar, except we're swapping out Blood Favor here for Pain Res. So we have slightly more gen regression, but we don't have the looping anti-loop of Blood Favor. But we do have Haunted Ground, and I'll be honest, I really like Haunted Ground. It's very swingy. If you could capitalize on the Haunted Ground, you could turn a game around just like that. However, we have pallet drop here in mid. One of the pallets in mid going away pretty decently early into the game. Once again, like, you know, on Haddonfield, in this iteration of Haddonfield, those mid ballots can dry up very fast and it can turn into such a nasty dead zone. We do spot Survivor here by 5. It is Scrolly's ace. And we do have, we have 2 survivors pulling tapes and 2 survivors with 1 stack of Condemn. This is Mercy's killer pick, right? So I would think that the survivor team of Mercy is very practiced against Sadako. We hear a gen down here and we spot a survivor. They drop. However, they vault here so that they can't break. So Sadako can break pallets while demanifested. So if you vault them, she can, and it just buys you slightly more time. Okay. We're gonna go now chase, getting a tag here on Ace. And we're chasing Renato. Only Ace and Kate have stacks right now, which is very good here for Mercy. Ooh, I think Outer is gonna get the tag here, maybe? Yes, they do. Renato being injured. We're going to see Ward pick up a tape. And Renato gaining a stack from that teleport. Bandit's Jake here, still no stacks. Really good stuff. However, because Bandit has no stacks, we can also kind of infer where survivors are based on whether they get stacks or not. Find Kate here. Oh, very good stun. How will Outer play this? Will they get... Ooh, they successfully get that 50-50 on Kate. Very good stuff. You have a teleport. I believe 3 survivors got a stack here. Bandit still at 0 stacks. Pretty decently late into the game. Decently into the game. It's not that late into the game, but yeah, I think Ward just cleansed all their stacks by turning in a tape. Oh wait, no, never mind. They still have a bit of stacks. It was Renato that cleared their stacks. We catch Ward here by 5. And Bandit, we finally found where Bandit was. They were doing the gen here at like edge map of 5. They get tagged here. If someone is going to get hooked from the survivor team, you want a survivor with no condemn stacks. No condemn stacks means that nothing gets locked in. Like, you don't want condemn stacks getting locked in because it makes it that much easier to Mori the survivor. Survivor's doing such a good job, by the way, at conserving resources, not dropping a lot of ballots, and still avoiding these downs and hits. They pop the gen at edge map 5. We're at our win condition now, 3 gens in. Outer needs to put up some pressure here if they want to catch, match that, get that win. Very close to hitting our Tycon here. 2 survivors with no condemn stacks. Haunted Ground hasn't been cleansed. They've been tanking through the ruin. However, we still have 4 Pain Rest stacks. So they could slow the game down if they're able to get these downs. Pain Rest plus ruin definitely helps. Ooh. Very good stuff here by Renato. Not committing that vault. Dropping a Firecracker, then faking the vault. Oof. Outer here trying to mind game the vault, but Renato reads it very well. Renato playing this palette at 12 very well. And we're at our tie condition as the gen at 1 finishes. Mercy Survivor's playing such an excellent game here. Will Renato... I think Renato gets caught here with tier 3 Bloodlust. There's no way he gets out here. Oh. I think that could have been a lunge. Might have been like a accidental short swing. I've accidentally short swung a lot of times. I'll be honest. But it does happen. Oh, Renato is just doing such a good job. They prolonged that chase here for so long, and then they didn't use the resource. And the flashlight save here. Mercy doing a really good job with a double blind, a triple blind, and DC from Outer here. They looks like Origin conceded the set. Very good stuff here by Mercy Survivors, and we'll be right back in our next set of I believe it's Artist. See you guys soon. Hello, welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3. Based off that last game, Origin did forfeit the Sadako set. It was quite a rough game, so hopefully they'll do better here on their killer pick of Artist that's going to be coming up soon. I believe Outer is playing Artist here, and Outer's playing Artist here for Origin, and we'll see how they go. Hopefully, they have a less rough game here, but this is their killer pick, so they should be they should be a bit more comfortable in Artist than Onryo. We're on Gas Haven here, and it looks like we have the same survivor picks, same survivor roster. It's the same, yeah. And we'll see how they do. Looking around for some survivors here by Shaq. We do have, I believe that is Gloves and Baby Shoes, so pretty standard Artist stuff. Bird spread on Contact and aura reading on Round Birds. We see some scratch marks here. Will we find the survivor? We see them at Shaq. I believe that was Ward. Yeah. Kate over there. We do have Corrupt, Agi, Forced Hezi, and Painrez. Forced Hezi here making survivors, get significant hinder when people are down. So if you go for that hook trade, the person getting unhooked is gonna be quite slow. And like in general, if you're like near someone who goes down, right? Artists can play for a bit of slugs here. We do drop a bird here, but Ace does a very good job at running away from the loop. They're gonna take the hit and use that movement speed to immediately go to Shaq. We'll see how they play here. Squirrely's Ace. They successful, like they're holding their check spot well here, not running into Artist there as they try to mind game around Shaq. However, very good faking the bird there. Good stuff. However, we do have to use Shaq Pallet here not to get hit. Ace doing a very good job playing this. They haven't spent any of their window vaults yet as well, so they still have 3 window vaults this chase to spend if they wish. I think we'll be seeing a window vault here. No, a fake by Ace. It's medium vault here. Very good. Will they make it with Bloodlust 1? They do make it. That's window vault 2. Very, very strong chase here. Survivors are probably going to get like, I don't know, gens probably at like 60-70% at this point. There's a gen that pops. So we see a second and third gen pop here. Not yet, not quite. However, Ace did drop the chase. So, however, very good. They get hit by the bird there. So I was going to say, chase does drop. But, is this a blind? Ooh, very close to a blind. We're opting to go for Painrez here. And I believe, honestly, I believe that was forced hesitation value. I think if the survivor did not have that hinder, whoever had the firecracker there, they might have been able to get into position to actually get the blind there. We see a survivor there by, I believe it was 4 or 3. And we just have a basement hook here, and I think we're going to play for that basement hook. Yeah, we're just kind of sticking around this area. This is where our gens are. We want to defend these gens. We hear the gen here at 9 having some progress. We see scratch marks at 9. And is that... Yeah, it is Kate. We just scare Kate off here. We're going to go back to Shaq. We kind of want to like pressure the survivors to have to commit multiple people to come rescue Shaq if they want to get that unhooked before it goes to second. However, we do spot Renato on the gen at 4 here with some birds. We're gonna go down, just check onto Ace, make sure no one snuck down here, going for like a last second unhook. Ace will be going to second here, I think. Yeah, there's no time, unless someone gets hit right here running into Shaq with that speed boost, but I don't think Artist will even hit them, they'll just body block. Yep, Ace does go second here. At 3 gens remaining, so... I wonder if they'll commit any resources to this rescue, or they're just going to let, like, vaguely pressure the unhook while they get some gens done. Because it is 70 seconds per hook stage, right? And the gen is 90 seconds if you're doing it alone. So you're able to get some very good gen progress here if Artist just commits to the hook. Another gen pops, 2 gens remaining. Another gen pops, 1 gen remaining. This is what I mean by that gen pressure. Very good stuff at 1 and, I believe, 4. Kate here gets tagged and injured. Are they going to go for that rescue here? It looks like they're committing 2 people here for the rescue. Jake takes the hit, and I think Renato's going down here. I think it'll end up being a hook trade. We're setting up some birds. We're going to M1, injure. They're going to walk there, and then we're going to shoot the birds. But that was some amazing dodging from the survivors there. I'll be honest, like, none of the birds connected. Mercy playing an excellent game in the set so far. We have a slug here. Force hesitation. Yeah, getting some value. Making it harder for Ace to get some distance. Will we get a down? Ace is bird. Oh, yeah, Ace forces the locker grab as the last gen pops here. So we will be seeing our first sacrifice. However, all the gens are gone. And this will be so far 3 hook stages on the board. And 1 flash up. We possibly could get Renato here. If we could get Renato and camp them out, possibly in basement, I think it'll be a very good position here to have 6 hook stages based off how this game went. Like, 6 hook stages is a very good result. And like, yeah, like, the survivors are all injured, so if they want to commit a rescue, they're going to have to like get that reset, which buys, which uses up some of the hook time. All right, will we see a pick here? We do see a pick. Where will we put the? We have Agi, so we could get quite far here. Do we commit a basement? We don't. Instead, we'll be hooking at 5. We could possibly see hook 6 hook stages go out here. If the survivors mess up, we could see more, but like, will they take 6 hook stages and leave? Slingshot deck here, but 1 survivor hits, and I think 1 got injured. Yep. The double spread, and they take the 6 hook stages. 2 fresh hooks, 6 hook stages. Very good stuff for Mercy, and like, you know, I think Outer also played that pretty well. They defended that basement hook well. Like, the 2 birds on the stairs were set up really well, but the survivors just dodged them. Very good stuff. And with that, that ends our first game of set 2. We'll be having Mercy up next, and we'll see how they do. I'm very excited to see their killer. Hopefully it's Ward again. I like Ward. And we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3 of Origin versus Mercy. Set number 2, Artist. We are on game 2 with Mercy playing killer here. Ward on Mercy. Very excited to see. With a win condition of 6 hook stages with 3 fresh, or 7 hook stages. With any amount of fresh hooks. But no, very excited to see how it goes. I think Outer got a pretty solid result for Artist on Gas Haven. We're gonna break main door here. This main area I feel is very strong with that door up. So like breaking that door makes window significantly weaker. Main is still strong, don't get me wrong, but like this window is absurd with that door up. So we get our first chase here by main. Our ruin goes down immediately, like 20 seconds into the match. That's totem RNG for you. I mean, I run ruin on Artist. I've had games where it's just gone instantly. I've had games where they never find, you know, but they find it eventually, but don't commit anyone to it because it's late into the game. It's so 50-50 sometimes. It's a bit rough, but we do have Pain Rest and Force Hagi. No agitation in this set, build. Sorry. We do have Corrupt here. Oof. Very good vault here. That was a nice fast vault by Hendrix's tap. Yeah, detective tap, my bad there, sorry. We'll be playing this loop by 10. They run into a bird, so we could possibly shoot them through the wall here. And we do very good stuff by Ward. Good prediction and good like zoning to force them into the bird. And also putting the bird out of line of sight. Looks like we're going to go for a Pain Rest here between 10 and mid. First gen pops. And our first hook of the game comes out. Pretty solid chase by tap there together and getting a whole generator done. Will we see Gen 2 or maybe Gen 3 pop? Not quite. We see a survivor by 6. We see another survivor by 1. That's 3 out of 4 survivors we know the location of. We're setting up the birds here, cutting off this loop. However, they do go around and run into the bird. However, will we get Baby Shoes value? A bit of Baby Shoes value there, as you can see them through the wall. M1, will we see a 2-tap? No, we don't see a 2-tap. Okay. Will we get a hit here? Ooh, unfortunate. Maybe if... Oh, they do get hits in the background there, though. We see a survivor at 9. I was thinking that maybe if they didn't put bird number 3 there, they might have hit him, but it's a bit iffy, right? Maybe if they could have dodged to the left where bird 3 was. A little, what do you call that? Adam getting trapped there. Oh, a Beamer coming in. Very good Beamer save, and Adam double blind. Nice. Adam getting some distance there, going to 10, or actually no, going to main, my bad. Will we get a hit here through the wall? Not quite. Adam was holding that check spot by the corner. We'll get the hit here. That's the window vault. Will we see a follow-up? Is this a potential through the wall hit? Bird there, bird there. It's 3 birds, and I'm really surprised that didn't hit, I'll be honest. But it puts Adam in a position where they can't avoid that M1. And we'll get her down here facing edge map wall, so Beamer save is extremely unlikely. And we'll see a hook here going out. Hook number 2 and Pain Rest number 2. 2 fresh hooks. So if we get a 3rd fresh hook here, we only need 3 more hooks. After that, 3 more hook stages to win. From here, we need 4 hook stages and a new fresh hook to win the game. Or, you know, 4 more hooks for a tie condition. Oh, Bird not having that angle to hit there. We're in chase again with tap. If we could get this down fast, it'll be very good here, I think, for Ward. Tap running into Shack. Window Vault, 1 use. However, Chase the drop, but I think the Window Vault still happened during Chase, so it's still 1 Shack pallet used. Slight miss there. Getting some killer instinct, but not quite a hit. Putting a bird there by window, shooting it. Another near miss. Tap's doing an excellent job here. Shack pallet is still up. Tap running into the bird here. We get the down here. It looks like it might be a down here. Tap runs edge map, and we do get the down. We see no one near the bird. Force hesitation is active if any survivors are nearby. Another gen pops. 2 gens pop, sorry. Going down to 1 generator left. And we have a hook here by 6. Between 6 and Shack. Shack pallet is still down. We have not kicked Shack pallet, so that makes Shack still quite strong up until we kick that pallet. And our 3 gen is, I believe, was that main 2 and... don't know where the 3rd one is yet. Ooh, Claude getting in chase here. So if we down Claude here, and we camp her out, I think Mercy takes this set. We need 3 more hook stages. Just 3 more hook stages and a fresh hook for a win con, or just 3 hook stages for a tie con. It's gonna be a bit close here. It is endgame, right? If Origin plays this well, I think... oh my, I think they get out here. Bird hit. A down here on Adam. Who has the Beamer? The Beamer is not in position. Claude leaves. This will be a... okay, so this is a hook, like, right next to the gate. So if the survivors get an unhook, and it's not an immediate trade, I believe they escape here. So we're going to go into the map here, looking for that reset, because we know they didn't reset. They probably didn't reset near that gate. They have to play for this unhook, if they don't want to tie. They do get the unhook, and I believe they're out from that. Good stuff for here from Origin. Played this exceptionally well. Well played there by Adam, and taking that hit for Claude at the end, and such an amazing stealthing for that reset and that unhook. Well, this means we'll be going to our tiebreaker, which I believe is Freddy. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Welcome back to main bracket round 3 of Blood Rush League. We have Origin versus Mercy and our tiebreaker game, Freddy. Up first, we have Ward once again / Bulletar playing Nightmare / Freddy for Mercy. Very excited to see how it goes. We're on Wretched Shop here, breaking the door here. We got the window spawn by the breakable door, which the window is significantly worse once you break that door. We're setting up some dream pallets. You know, survivors are halfway asleep here. We get into chase with Nia here, blowing up the pallet, forcing her asleep. Very good stuff. Pallet goes down, Dream Snare. But Nia does not vault. Very good tag there by Ward. Very quick first injury. We have Sloppy Butcher in play, so that's going to be very slow resets here. We're going to teleport over. We get a noise notification. We get a hit there, I believe, on Nia. We are running Ruin, Erupt, Corrupt, and Sloppy. So we won't be able to use that Erupt until Ruin goes away. So that's a slight counter synergy, but Ruin generally will cover your early / mid game, and Eruption can possibly cover /mid / late game, depending on Ruin goes, right? Though it's a bit rough if Ruin never gets cleansed and the survivors just like play through it, because then you're playing with 3 perks. But you know, it's a risk/reward thing, because Eruption is a very strong perk. Ruin is also a very strong perk. We see a very good down there on Renato. They weren't able to make it quite far enough away from that Dream Palette because of that Dream Snare hinder. And I feel like Reworked Freddy is very strong. Like, the tools they have at their disposal, it's quite good. Like, it's such a strong hinder. Very good teleport. And, like, yeah, with info on, like, sleeping survivors when they heal. Very strong hinder. And, like, the Dream Palette zoning is very good. You get a tag here on Adam. And putting Sloppy on them, making them go to sleep. A thing to note with Sloppy as well, right, is because it puts both Mangled and Hemorrhage, right? So you cancel the heal bar goes down. If a survivor isn't fully asleep, if they fall asleep while healing, Freddy will get that killer instinct, and they can teleport there. And if they do teleport there, and you guys have to stop healing, all that heal progress goes away. So it's pretty solid, pretty solid. Ooh, Nia looping pretty decently here, dodging that Dream Snare. The unhook happens. Oh, we see a commit here to tunnel out. We get a hit here on Claude. M1 putting her to sleep. Very EP survivors. Renato is still awake here, so he's in a pretty safe position. Against Freddy, right, when you're awake, he's just an M1 killer. He has no power, aside from a teleport that's on a pretty long cooldown. And you can teleport to gens and healing survivors that are asleep, but yeah. We get our hook here. Claude goes on the hook for our second hook of the game, and two hooks, too fresh so far. We get a teleport here. We see an injured survivor. Is this Renato? Oh my gosh, what a good play here. It wasn't Renato, I think it was Adam. They elect to leave the survivor slug there. We're going to like search for another. Like, if we catch Nia and down her, right, the game could end like very, very quickly here. Survivors are in a rough spot with one person injured. The healthy survivor is asleep, one on the floor and one on hook. Like, being asleep against Freddy, I'll be honest, is quite scary. Like, you could get like snared, and it's so hard to make anything when you're snared. I believe the hinder is strong enough to prevent fast vaults as well. Yeah, it can be quite rough. Ooh, will we see a Dream Palette go down? We do see a Dream Palette go down. They do pick up the slug here. However, I think it was Claude. Claude is still on the hook here, about to go second stage. Will she go second is the question. Renato is in chase right now, so they could pull, because they can calm that. Yeah, okay, they pull here. Not letting Claude go to second. Very good stuff by Origin here. We get the teleport. We get Killer Instinct from nearby survivors when we teleport. Dream Snare hitting Claude, almost putting her straight back to sleep, and she just falls asleep right now. This is a potential very quick tunnel out, maybe? Depends on how far Claude can get here from that break distance, like, you know, distance she gets from Freddy having to break that pallet. We see the gen quite progressed here. I think this is gen by 11? I was gonna say, that would have been such a good lunge here on Adam. Put Adam to sleep without snare, and then kick. Looking to teleport, I think, the gen. Teleporting back to gen at 11. Getting the slow here on Nia and getting the down. Very good stuff. Very good game sense to know that Nia would be there at the gen. Opting to slug, perhaps to pressure that generator. Nope, we're picking. Will Renato finish that generator? Ah, sorry, Adam. Will Adam finish that generator? It's kind of risky. He's asleep, and it looks like he was trying. However, he's forced to leave now. They get an instant pull here. Will they heal, or will they go try to finish that generator? Ruin is kicking in if they're not doing that gen. It's going to start regressing. We see a noise notification there. We're gonna break this pallet. Does the gen get done? I don't think so. They were trying to do it, but it's not done. Very good by Ward here. That's very smart slug to do. The more they pressure the survivor to constantly get off the gen, the more regression and more time they waste for the survivors. Ooh, I'm surprised that didn't hit considering the snare. It's a very strong pallet here to play, like right in front of the window. At 7? Yep. Just connects straight into the pallet. However, Freddy read that vault and does a double back around the loop to get that M1 on Renato. We still have 4 generators left in the trial with 3 hooks on the board. 3 hooks, 3 fresh. We hopefully maybe we'll see a tunnel out soon. Dream Snare preventing that fast vault, guaranteeing that hit. Very good stuff. Oh, Gen Pops. I think that was a Gen by 11. Get us in a Dream Snare there, applying Hinder on Claude. Ooh, trying to break that Dream Palette, trying to predict where Claude would go. Claude doesn't vault, elects to run around instead. However, the snare, I think, means that she doesn't make that window. And she goes down. We get a teleport here as the gen was finished. Renato is injured here. If they go down, they do. However, Adam and Nia are awake and uninjured, so they could potentially pick up Claude here and recover this, perhaps, for the survivors. It's gonna be rough if Claude gets picked here, I think, or if at least they go to Claude's slug. Like they might be able to put Adam. Okay, no, they pick Claude up. We are at 4 hook stages with 2 generators remaining. It's like, I think like the momentum is still on Ward's side here. Like the survivors are injured. We have Nia asleep, someone injured, someone on death hook. That's on the hook currently. And Adam's about to fall asleep, as well as Claude. Like, as both of these people fall asleep, no one is going to be able to heal without alerting Freddy of where they are. That's 1 asleep. That's 2 asleep. And, yeah, well, all 3 are asleep, sorry. Like, yeah. No one can reset here without giving Freddy Killer Instinct. However, they did just spend the teleport. They did just spend the teleport. So if they comms that, they could possibly get a reset here through the Killer Instinct. The teleport is about to come back up. Adam just took a clock here and is now awake. And Adam wakes Claude up here with by walking up to her and interacting. Teleport does happen. We catch the survivors here. Such amazing game sense by Ward to like know where they are with these teleports. It looks like, unfortunately for Renato, they have been sacrificed at 2 generators left. Their first sacrifice of the game. And that's another hook stage. We have Nia and Chase here. Her sleep immunity has worn off, so if we get like 2 Dream Snares on her, she will fall asleep, or a Dream Snare and a Dream Palette explosion. But Ward just Bloodlusts them down. Gets that M1 with Bloodlust 1. Nia trying to make it to edge map, but unfortunately goes down in front of the hook at 6 here. We get a teleport up to 1. We see scratch marks here going into main, and I believe that's Claude going for that window. Claude running to 10 here. Ward attempting a mind game, but Claude just going towards the pallet, not playing that window, not risking it. Will Ward get this? Claude might eat a snare here. She does. And that, yeah, that hinder is nasty. Dream Snare here on Adam. Adam's still healthy, so they're still kind of safe. Adam evading that swing there. Though I think the swing came up short and possibly auto-aimed into the wall, I feel. They do pick up Claude, I think? Was it? Yeah, it was Claude. However, Nia is now asleep. So Claude has to wake her up, or Nia has to take a clock. Adam taking a hit here, using that on-hit movement speed to make some distance, going towards Shaq. Running towards that loop at 7. Oh, wait, sorry, this is main. My bad. 11. We're at 10/11 right now. Nia, unfortunately running into the killer there. Another thing to note is that survivors in the dream world are oblivious when they're EP. Teleport into main, we catch a survivor here, we have Killer Instinct. It is, I think, Adam? Adam snared here, doesn't make it to the pallet because of that very high hinder. Alright, so we have one on the floor and one injured, asleep, and yeah. Getting some dream pallets down. And Claude is spotted here, so I believe this will conclude our first set. Unless Claude does some insane play and resets Adam, gets that pickup on Adam, but I don't think it's possible with her being asleep and like cornered here in this shack. She gets snared in this God Filler, but I don't think she'll make it anywhere. No, and that will be our first game of our tiebreaker with, I believe, a 4K2 is what we're gonna see. We're gonna get a teleport back, we're gonna find Adam, and we're potentially going to kill him, Yanomori. Oh. Okay, will we find Adam? Like, this is where we downed him? Or this is where Ward downed him? I don't think they were Tenacity. We can see their Sloke, they're not Tenacity. However, they do have Adrenaline. Okay, wait. A thing to note here is if Freddy closes hatch and Adam is next to an exit gate, they might be able to Adrenaline and instant and like leave before Freddy can get there if they check the wrong gate. We're here on the hunt looking for Adam. Ward might elect to teleport back to Shaq here to check on that hatch, just in case. Yeah, teleport back to Shaq. Going to be by the hatch. They're going to close the hatch, and Adam will get Adrenaline here. Adam gets up with Adrenaline. Izzo not asleep yet. They're immediately on an exit gate. Wait, this is a very good play by Adam here. Will Adam get it? That's the question. Exit gate at 25%, 30%, I think almost 50% now. We're at our halfway mark. We get a Terror Radius. I think Freddy sees him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Very close by Adam here. Such a very good Adrenaline attempt, and we do see the Mori come out as Freddy stabs Adam in the back. And that will conclude our first game of the tiebreaker out of 4K2. We'll be back and we'll see how Origin's killer goes. And I believe it's Outer again. So see you guys soon. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3 of Origin versus Mercy. We have Outer here playing Freddy here for our tiebreaker, game 2 for Origin. We have a win condition of 4K3 with a tie condition of 4K2. And we're back in Wretched Shop. Let's see how they do. Looks like we found our first survivor here. Is this Claude? Okay, Claude gets hit by a snare, drops a pallet, and is put to sleep. Pretty decent start. We eat a resource here for not too much of a time investment. And we do get something out of it, which is also putting Claude to sleep, forcing her to, go use a clock, waste some time not being on a gen. And we do, I think we catch, we catch Ace here. So 2 survivors are roughly in the 8-7 area. Ace going into Shack. Will Ace make it to window? Yeah, they do, but they get put to sleep by a snare. Okay. Now 3 survivors are asleep as they just naturally fell asleep. Ace got snared here. Will I think he might have to drop pallet. Yeah. Pallet does go down. And Shack is significantly less safe without that. We got a teleport here to, I think it's this, was this 10? Seems about 9 to 10-ish. We drop another pallet here by in front of Shack. A dream pallet. With the survivors being asleep, dream pallets become pretty good zoning tools. Like, it it puts like a, you know, if they stick around it, they will get that, they will lose that health state. Ace playing this, oh my god, Ace getting that fault. I was gonna say, playing this 50-50 here. I honestly thought they were gonna get hit, but they do make that fault just barely, and they lose the 50-50 this time, taking that injury. They've revault over, using some of that on-hit speed being wasted on the vault animation. However, they do make some distance. I think they try to path back to Shack here. Yep, we could hear them. They have path back to Shack, so we still have Shack window. It's going to be a medium vault, which means they get hit there. Freddy's snare, absolutely nasty. And Skrully's ace does go down. Will we see a Pain Res here? We are running Pain Res Eruption, Corrupt, very standard triple set. And once again, we're running Sloppy Butcher, which is a very strong perk on Freddy. Getting those hit and runs, slowing down heals, forcing survivors to have to like waste that, like, you know, if they're about to fall asleep, they have to wait to fall asleep, snap out of it before healing, or to, you know, use a clock and then, you know, do the heal, because healing while asleep is not good, especially if Freddy has to teleport up. Could very quickly interrupt that. We're playing the pallet here by between mid, like the bottom main pallet towards mid. We barely missed that lunge, and we get the snare here. Ward doing a very good job there, getting just barely spacing that lunge. I think it's also a bit unlucky in outer. I honestly thought I was gonna hit personally. Slightly short. However, I think to notice, we are at a tie condition at 3 gens left. Getting a Dream Pallet explosion there, but not hitting. Very good gen pressure here by the survivors. We see a gen here in main. We have 3 Pain Res hooks left, so if we're able to get these downs here on these fresh hooks and get Pain Reses on them, right, we could possibly slow the game down in combination with Eruption to maybe kind of get us like momentum back into Outer's favor. But it's going to be rough here. We could see here the gen by between Shack and main, Shack and mid is quite progressed. I think it's about 30 to 40. Like, it's not super high, but it is high enough that it forces Freddy to go back and check either have a fast race or go back to check. The gen at 2 just pops, and we are at our tie condition of 4k2. We get it down here. We get an eruption hit. We could hear Ace scream, so we're gonna get aura on them. Will we see a teleport back, perhaps? No. Instead, we elect to chase Jake here. Ace might just hop back on that generator. What do you call that? I'm not sure if committing Jake here might be very good, considering he is awake and immune to falling asleep. It's gonna be rough because you're just an M1 killer at that point, right? Meanwhile, Ace is injured and asleep, and we do have teleport available. We're getting a kick in, putting Eruption mid. We're gonna have, honestly, I think teleporting to the gen by Shack is very important. However, we do teleport up here instead. We try to lunge. Claude giving a little cheeky bag there, I think, after the pallet drop. Jake coming in for the body block, and I believe, I was gonna say, Shack gen is about to pop, and that gives tiebreaker to Mercy. And yeah, Outer getting hit by this, hitting the tires a bit. I think they did get auto-aimed a bit there, getting stuck on these tires. Very unlucky. But we'll see how this game goes. Stuff could still happen. We might see, you know, we might still get some good plays, even if the match has been given to Mercy here. You know, it's always fun to play games out instead of just quitting. We get a pick on Bandit here, on Bandit's Jake, which has went down at, I think, 1. Sorry, between 1 and 12, yeah, I think, like that area-ish. We're going to go Pain Res here at 11. Alright, so 2 Pain Res tokens left in play on, was it Nancy and Claude? Claude is injured. I think best target here, honestly, is Claude. You want to, so it's either, I think, Ace to get Ace closer to that tunnel out, like hook Ace and then tunnel out while defending your 3 gen. But also, like, getting Claude down will get Pain Res here. And Claude is about to fall asleep while injured. Ace is immune to sleeping right now. So this is just pure M1 in this TNL. We'll see how it goes. Like, TNL is very playable on both sides, I feel. Ooh, very good read there by Ace, winning that mind game. No, not exactly a 50-50, but it was a mind game. Using that space to chain into Shack. Gonna pop. Ooh, last gen pops, and we're not able to cash in the last 2 pain res stacks. Unfortunately, not getting full value out of the perk there. We're gonna be placing and exploding Shack Ballot here, but Ace is still awake, so the only thing that this will do is put him asleep. I'm gonna continuously put and detonate pallets. Ooh, gate does open. Ace is still healthy. Depending on which gate is open, Ace might just be out here, because like, if the gate near Shack is open and Ace gets M1, they could just run to the gate with on-hit movement speed, and if Nancy's there to hit take, I don't think Ace will go down. Was that the gate open? I think the gate was open. I could see the top of the gate open. Yeah, the gate is open. All the survivors are here. Ooh, Ace being a bit cheeky there, a bit silliness from the survivors. Everyone's pointing at Claude. Oh, and we have Outer hitting the tires and calling it game. And that will be our Origin versus Mercy game. Very good games from all around. Like, it was very fun to watch, and there are very good plays on both sides. But the game does go to Mercy at 2-1. Very good stuff. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time in our next round of Blood Rush League. Bye!